Have you ever felt unseen? Maybe you're working so hard and nobody appreciates you or sees how hard you're working. Maybe you're cooking iftar dinners for hours and nobody says thank you and nobody sees the effort you're putting through. If that's the case, then today's name is for you. Allah's name, Al-Basir, the All-Seeing. Why is it that we're learning Allah's names? It's because to know Him is to love Him. How can we claim we love someone we don't know? So each day of Ramadan we'll be learning one name of Allah, because once we know Him, we'll love Him. And once we love Him, we'll start to show up differently in our life. We'll start to worship Him as though we can see Him. And ta'bud Allah ka'annaka tara, which is the highest level of Iman, the level of Ihsan. Let's begin. Musa alayhi salam was ordered by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to go and call Fir'aun to Allah. In the Quran, in Surah Taha, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that they were nervous and they actually tell Allah, we're nervous. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comforts them and He says,
قَالَ لَا تَخَافَا إِنَّنِي مَعَكُمَا أَسْمَعُ وَأَرَى.
Don't be scared, I am with you, I hear and I see. What does that go to show? When someone you love is watching you, you feel protected, right? You feel like, oh, it's okay, they're watching over me, they're looking out for me. If my child is crossing the road and I'm watching her cross the road, what does that mean? I'm looking out for danger. I'm protecting her with my sense of sight. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the highest example. So He reassures Musa and Harun, I am so close to you. I'm hearing everything that's going on and I'm seeing everything that's going on. This beautiful name gives us comfort that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees us in our most difficult moments, in our moments that we feel unappreciated and unloved, in our moments where maybe perhaps nobody sees the hardships we're going through. Allah sees it all. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's vision is perfect, complete and not limited by anything. Not limited by darkness or light. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't need what we need in order to see. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees it all. He sees the atom that we can't even see. He sees the smallest particle on the earth that we can't even see. He sees every grain of sand, every leaf that falls, every drop of the ocean, every sea creature that we haven't even discovered yet. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees it all. And that gives us so much validation that Allah Al-Basir sees everything. He sees everything. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that He even sees the deceit of our eyes in the Quran. So when we're looking at something that we shouldn't look at, maybe nobody else saw that vision, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees it. What does that go to show? That it elevates our sense of muraqabah, self-awareness, self-accountability. If we know someone we love is watching us, what are we going to look at? What are we going to see? How are we going to act? Everything changes. This name just gives us so much self-awareness, self-accountability, muraqabah. We need to elevate our actions, our words, the things that we're doing. It gives us comfort when we're misunderstood, not seen, unheard, unappreciated. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees it all. It gives us restraint that the sins in private that maybe nobody else sees, we know Allah sees. So if we're committing sins in private and we love Allah, we know that perhaps it's time to change those sins. So Ramadan is the best time to change those bad habits so they last in Ramadan and beyond. And it gives us hope in times of hardships. Maybe there's no solution right now to that test that you're going through, but hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees it all and knows what you're going through is so incredibly validating. So now that you know this beautiful name, how will you show up? If you love today's name, I'd love for you to reach out to me on YouTube and Instagram and tell me what you love and resonating from today's name. And until tomorrow, Assalamu alaikum.
وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ وَمَا تُقَدِّمُوا لِأَنفُسِكُم مِّنْ خَيْرٍ تَجِدُوهُ عِندَ اللَّهِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ بَصِيرٌ.